LED 313, Building and Leading Effective Teams, Fall 2019. This is going to be a brief tutorial on how to use the task management platform at Monday.com. This will be a free program to use as a student if you sign up using your student email account. I definitely would recommend you do that because using this platform will give you an added skill that will give you a creative advantage during the hiring process. And it'll be something that you can use to make your job and career more successful along the way, especially when building teams. But this can also be used for other task management and task assignment responsibilities as well. So anyway, let's get started. My name is Professor Scott Weaver, and please know that I will be praying for each and every one of you to have a successful semester and that you will be able to reach your fullest potential throughout this course. All right, we're going to get started. The first thing you're going to do is we're going to come up here, we're going to expand this portion of the menu here, and we're just going to start over with this. We're going to create a new board so you'll know how to do it. Let's say if you're getting ready to create a new board, what you would do is come in and you would mash this feature here, and you would be able to select between the different boards that you will be able to use. However, for time's sake, we're going to go ahead and just use the one already assigned. So if you have any questions about this program at any time throughout the course, please feel free to get in touch with me. My contact information is on the syllabus. All right, so let's get started. I've already created this board, and I've titled this board, I think this one is the one, LED 313, Imaginary Team Task. And basically, in the course, you will sign up for this platform yourself at Monday.com and just create your own so you'll have the experience. And it'll all be a mock team and pretend stuff. You can create your own team members and team purpose and things like that, and that will really help you toward the end of the semester with your course project. So let's get started. So we're going to come up here, and we're going to have the task of updating the course. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look in this right here. This is this week. We'll just change this right here just for safety's sake. Come in here and click inside the box, and we're going to title this Update Course LED 313. Okay, so you see how easy that is. Then just hit return or enter, and we're going to come in here. When you start a new board, it'll say task 1, task 2, task 3. I've started this one already. I would come in here, and you'll notice this right here is assigned to me, Professor Weaver. And I've come in, and my task will be to upgrade the course assigned to Professor Weaver. We can assign priority levels in this column here. I could come in and change the status. Let's say if I get done with it, I can change over to done. Or if I'm waiting on someone to edit it, I can change to awaiting review. I can even change that terminology to waiting for editing. We'll just, simplicity's sake, we'll leave it for waiting for review. So I've been assigned the task of updating the course, and this is who is responsible for that, which in this case is me. And then we're going to come in here and we're going to assign a due date. Now, let's say just for pretend sake that the course is due on January the 20th, that I have to have it turned in to the school. So I want to give myself plenty of time, so I'm just going to click inside the date box, and let's just assign a date of January 13th, 2020 as a due date. So now I have basically created a task and a time that I would have to complete that task. And each time I click in these, what will happen is it'll change the status, and it will email each teammate an update on that. Okay, so let's move on. Now let's go down to the second taskbar, and let's assign that the role of finding content regarding team purpose. We're going to upgrade the course, and so we need somebody to do that. We need a teammate to do that. And so what we're going to do here, we're going to assign this task to Cameron. Let's say Cameron is going to be responsible to find content in regard to team purpose. And so we're going to type his name in, and you see here we get a prompt. You can only assign people that are subscribed to this board. When you're creating your own, you'll need to assign people to your board. And therefore, there again, just create people, imaginary emails, whatever it is, to get yourself used to this program. But we're going to assign Cameron, one of our classmates. And by the way, there are a total of 9 people in this course. That's including myself. So we're going to add tasks. We're going to tallying up to a total of 9. We'll get that in just a second. But right now, we're assigning this particular row of tasks to Cameron, who will be finding content regarding team purpose. And we're going to subscribe him. And notice what happens when we click on subscribe. We will need to come in. For time's sake, I've already sent some invitations here, but for illustrative purposes, I did leave a few blanks so that we could show you how to do this. We're assigning that task to Cameron. He hasn't been invited yet, so we have to enter his name here and his email. Oop, let's try that again. Okay, we're going to invite him. And now we will be able to assign that row of tasks to Cameron. We'll close out of here. We'll go through that again. So that's going to be assigned to Cameron, pending his invitation acceptance. Now, on the third task, we will assign that to Carly. Let's say that Carly will be responsible for gathering course materials on person group fit principles, which we'll learn about in this course, choosing the right people, put them in the right place, and recruiting. So Carly is going to find material. We're just going to say on recruiting, just for short. And then enter. And we're going to come in here, and we're going to assign this to Carly. And there again, we have to subscribe. We'll be asked to enter the email address and send the invitation. Okay, so we're going to send her the invitation, and that task will be assigned to Carly. Now, let's say if I want to make a note. Obviously, we've got to come in and change some dates too. We'll do that in just a second. Let's say I want to make a note on that. What we'll do is actually come in here and click on the Start Conversation. She'll get an update email from me or whoever sends the message, find engaging video about recruiting. But, just for safety, easy sake, let's just leave it there. Find engaging video about recruiting. You might put a note about person group fit principles, just so she'll know that's kind of the idea behind it. We're going to hit update, and we can close this here. And what will happen now, there will be a message there. When Carly clicks on it, she signs on, she clicks on here, she will see that we have sent her a message. That it was Professor Weaver sent her a message, find engaging video about recruiting, with the theme of person group fit principles. We'll close that out. And I forgot to assign the date here. So let's say that we need that by November 5th. So what we're going to do is go in here and assign a November 5th due date. It's as simple as just clicking in there and then clicking on the calendar. We're going to assign November 5th due date there. And that's not done yet, so we're going to change that to working on it. And so now we have a November 5th new due date. The recruiting material, let's assign that same date here as well. We'll assign a November 5th due date, because remember, this overall material is going to be due in January, so we need enough time to gather the material and edit it, check for quality content, make sure there's no contradictions or anything like that. So we want plenty of time, so we're going to assign a November 5th due date on that as well. Okay, let's move on. We've assigned updating course to Professor Weaver, finding content about team purpose. We've assigned that to Cameron. We're awaiting his acceptance of the invitation. High priority, he'll be working on it, and assign the due date of November 5th. And same thing with the content about recruiting principles. Now, the next task, let's just say we're going to assign this to Gary, and we're going to ask Gary to narrate a PowerPoint. Okay, and smash enter. You click in the box and edit it. Let me edit it. Try to practice my grammar principles here. It's just that simple. Just click in the box and type what you need, and then it's done. And so want to leave him a note. Click on the speech bubble there. We're going to ask them to narrate the PowerPoint and submit it to, let's say, Melissa for editing. Okay, so now he has a note. We'll just hit update, and we can close that out. Now Gary has that. Now I haven't assigned that, so we come in here, the owner, or we can change that word to who's responsible or whatever title you need above that to know which person is responsible for this task. But we're going to assign this task to Gary. And it appears that we need to invite Gary too. So once we click that, it'll take us to this screen. We'll type in Gary's email. Uh-oh, I didn't. Okay, let's try that again. We'll type in Gary's email. Okay, we have Gary's email typed in. We'll invite him, and that task and due date will be assigned to Mr. Gary, pending his acceptance of the invitation. Now we're going to close that out. All right, now you'll notice I told you we had 9 people in the class, including myself, and we don't have enough task bars. So at 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to need 5 more. So I pre-planned, as I'm going to teach you to do in this course, and I know the things that are going to need to be done. And so we're going to just come down here, click inside this box here, and the next task, let's say we're going to assign to Jacob. So we're going to assign this to Jacob, and Jacob is going to find videos and articles about a team charter. So we're just going to find content about team charter. Okay, and we're going to come over here to the right. Notice right here, I'm going to add that task. Now we still have to assign that, and we said we're going to assign that to I'm going to assign that to Jacob. So we're going to put Jacob, and I've already invited him, and so we're just going to click here. And now Jacob is responsible for finding content about the team chart. Now these are just pretend tasks. You don't actually have to do these. We're just doing this for illustrative purposes. And so let's say if I want to put a note here, there again, I just click inside the speech bubble, and the screen will come up to the right, and I can type in whatever I needed to do. Or let's say one of these other ladies or gentlemen wanted to do it. They can do the same thing, and he'd get an email. Jacob would get an email about their comment. And so let's go in and assign the dates here. Narrate the PowerPoint. We forgot to do that. So The PowerPoint, we're going to say it needs to be narrated and submitted by November 5th as well, to have plenty of time to edit the content and make any needed corrections. So November 5th would be the due date here. There again, just click inside the due date box here. A calendar will drop down, locate the date, and click on that. Find content about team charter. We're going to say the same thing on that. The content on team charter, let's just for the sake of being easy, let's assign it a due date of November the 5th as well. Let's say something happens, maybe it's a little extra time, you can assign it the 6th, 7th, whichever day you want to. As a leader, you'll need to determine the due dates and the best times that'll work for the team. So November 5th due date, and that's it. So quick review, just click in here, create the task, come to this row here, assign ownership to that task, assign the priority levels, and each person can update the team on their status. Under the date column, click inside the box there and choose the date. And if you need to estimate the time for each task, come over here and do that there. But remember, we've got to have 9 rows of tasks, 1 for each team member. So let's continue. Now let's go ahead and add another task after the team charter. Let's say that Jeremy is going to be responsible for finding content about team purpose, because you want your content to be engaging and updated and relevant. So find content about team purpose. Okay, and we're just going to come over here and click add, and now we're going to need to assign this, and we said we were going to assign this to Jeremy. And I've already sent him an invitation for time's sake, so we will click here, and Jeremy is now responsible for finding content about team purpose. Okay, so, and you can assign the priority level. Let's say this is a high priority, and so we want to assign it here. When Jeremy signs on, accepts the invitation, he can come in and click working on it, and we're going to assign that date. Let's click inside the date box, drop down. We're going to assign the same thing. Let's say we need all of our content searched for and gathered by November 5th. We're going to have a team meeting on November 5th and present all of our content. So we're going to assign a November 5th due date to that. Okay, now moving on. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 3 more tasks, 1 for each team member. So the next one, let's say that some of the graphics, some of the content, let's say that it needs to have a little bit of money assigned to it, so we need a budget. So let's just say that Joseph is our budget guy. Establish budget. Okay, and we're going to add that. Okay, now we're going to assign that. As we said, that will be assigned to Joseph. And as you'll see, I've already invited him and sent the email, so we're going to click there. Now that's going to be need to be done ahead of time, because Joseph is also going to need to communicate the budget to the team members. So that's going to need an earlier due date. So let's assign the due date for that for October 28th. When Joseph has time to think about the budget, and it gives him plenty of time to communicate to the team. Now I've only got established budget here, so let's make a note to him, okay? Okay. All right, so we've made a note, elaborate a little bit more about what we need done, and there we go. I'm going to come down and update, and now Joseph will get an email from me or whoever sends the message. Please establish a budget and communicate it to the team. Thanks. So we'll click here. So in essence, all I did, I clicked inside the box here, I established a task, I assigned the role, assigned the due date, and then wanted to further elaborate on this, so clicked inside the speech bubble and made notes on it. So, all right, so after the budget, let's say that we are going to need someone that can check the syllabus and course pages and make sure they're uniform. So just type it in here. And we're going to add. And let's say we're going to assign this to Joshua. So we're going to go here, type in Joshua's name, select him, and now we've assigned that there. And so we want to make a note to Joshua. He's going to check the syllabus and the course pages. Well, he may ask when he gets a notification, well, what am I checking it for? We're just going to make a note asking him to please check for uniformity. All right, I'm just going to hit update, and that will assign that comment, and it will send Joseph an email about that. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we need one more team member. We forgot to sign a date. We'll get that in just a second. And so, somebody is going to need to keep track of the quality and the editing and the content. And so, let's say we're going to edit final content. And that's going to be our task. We're going to add that task. And we're going to assign that to Melissa Whistler. We're just going to do that. She should come up here, and I'll be able to select where I sent the invitation out. And since the course material is going to be due in January, let's say that Melissa's needs the content edited by, let's just say, January 7th. That gives everybody plenty of time to submit it, edit it, and then get it turned into the school. So we're going to assign her a due date of January the 7th. And so, wrong area there. Let me fix that. I'm going to close that date and assign that January 7th date to Melissa. Again, these are just mock dates and pretend tasks, just so you get the gist. Let's say she needs to have that done January the 7th. And so once we get that ready to submit, let's say that, the final checking the syllabus and making sure the course page is uniform, let's say that's going to be January the 8th, just to be simple, January the 8th, 2020. Okay, so there you have it. We have basically gone in and assigned each team member a task and assigned them a due date. Now we have a board that has been created that we can keep track of our due dates, where we're at with each project, and we can communicate and collaborate back and forth as team members. Let's say that Cameron needs to talk to Melissa. He'll just come in, he'll click on the speech bubble, and he can leave her a comment, and she'll get an email. And it just is a great way to keep track of the task and to keep a monitor on the deadlines and stuff. So anyway, there you have it. If you have any questions about the course material and about assigning tasks and about how to use this platform on Monday.com, please don't hesitate to reach out to me and contact me. My email is sweaver@tfc.edu. My cell number is 404-444-8768. You can text me there or you can call me, and I'll help you in any way I can to help you be successful in this class and help you learn how to use this platform so that you can use it not only in this class. It'll be a great way to have your final project almost already done by the time you get there, utilizing this resource here. But it'll be something you can also take in the workplace with you. Remember, this is a free program to instructors and students. So go to Monday.com and sign up for that as a student and use it for free. I don't get any commission for this or anything like that. I just tell you that because I care about your future and your success, and you can benefit from this tremendously. And it's a free product made available to you as a student here at TFC. Thank you for being a part of LED 313. Again, I'm Professor Weaver. I look forward to helping you learn how to build and lead effective teams.